Hare Krishna. So, should we sing some bhajan or what do you say? Hare Krishna. So we'll sing one bhajan and then we'll discuss further from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. Many times we have sung this bhajan. It's a nice bhajan from Sharanagati by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. O he Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kari. O he Vaishnava Thakura, Dayara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kari. Diya pada chaya Sodho he amaya tumara charana dhari. Diya pada chaya sodho he amaya tumara charana dhari. Chaya begadomi Chaya dosa sodhi Chaya guna deho dase. Chaya sata sanga Deho he amare bosechi sangera se. Chaya sata sanga Deho he amare bosechi sangera se. Ekaki amara nahi pae bala Hari Nama Sankirtane. Nipaya Bala Hari Nama. Tumi kripa kori Shraddha bindu diya Deho Krishna nama dhane. कृष्णा से तुम्हारा कृष्णा दीते पार तुम्हारा सकतिया छे आमी तो कंगाला कृष्णा कृष्णा बोली धाई तव पाछे पाछे आमी तो कंगाला कृष्णा कृष्णा बोली धाई तव पाछे पाछे Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Vaishnav Thakur ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. So will not read the meaning, we have sung this many times. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nandagopa kumaraya govindaya namo namah. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 3rd and chapter number 2, verse number 9, chapter entitled Remembrance of Lord Krishna. Ingita gyapuru praudha ekaramascha satvataha satvatam rishavam sarve bhutavasam amamsata ingityah pura praudha ingitagya puru praudha ekaramascha satvataha satvatam rishavam sarve bhutavasam sata ingitagya puru praudha ekaramascha satvataha satvatam rishavam sarve bhutavasam sata. Please chant. Mata, okay, go on, please. Ingita bhagya puru prauda ekaramasya satvata satvatam rishabam sarve bhutavasam sata. Mataji's ingita bhagya puru prauda ekaramascha satvata satvatam rishavam sarve bhutavasam sata. Word to word meaning, translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ingitagya, expert in psychic study. Puru Praudha, highly experienced. Eka, one. Arama, relaxation. Cha, also. Satvata, devotees or own men. Satvatam Rishabham, head of the family. Sarve, all. Bhuta Avasam, all pervading. Amam Sata could think. Translation: the Yadus were all experienced devotees, learned and expert in psychic study. Over and above this, they were always with the Lord in all kinds of relaxations, and still they were only able to know Him as the one Supreme who dwells everywhere. Purport: in the Vedas it is said that the Supreme Lord or the Paramatma cannot be understood simply by the strength of one's erudition or power of mental speculation. Nayam atma pravachanena labhyo na medheya na bahudha srudhena. Quoted from Katha Upanishad 1.2.23. He can be known only by the one who has the mercy of the Lord. The Yadavas were all exceptionally learned and experienced, but in spite of their knowing the Lord as the one who lives in everyone's heart, they could not understand that He is the original personality of Godhead. The lack of knowledge was not due to their insufficient erudition, it was due to their misfortune. In Vrindavan, however, the Lord was not even known as Paramatma because the residents of Vrindavan were pure, unconventional devotees of the Lord and could think of Him only as their object of love. They did not know that He is the personality of Godhead. The Yadus or the residents of Dwarka, however, could know Lord Krishna as Vyasadeva or the Super Soul living everywhere, but not as the Supreme Lord. As scholars of the Vedas, they verified this Vedic hymn, Eko Deva Sarva Bhutadivasa Antaryami and Vrishninam Paradevata. The Yadus therefore accepted Lord Krishna as the Super Soul incarnated in their family and not more than that. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapad Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagar Jatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha. Please chant Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Namine Sri Varjvanvi Devi Daityaya Kripabdhe Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prahave Namah Madhur Jala Premadhya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida Shri Gaura Karuna Sakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Dinatarine Rupanuga Viruddhappa Siddhantvantaharine Nama Gaur Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtai Vipralambara Sambodhe Padambujayate Nama Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaur Shakti Swarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gauravirvar Bhumistvam Nirdesa Sajjana Priya Vaishnava Sarabhama Shri Jagannathaye Te Namah Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaur Tushe Namah Panchtatvatkam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavtaram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Jaitam Surta Pangor Mammanda Matirgati Masarvasa Padam Bhoja Radha Madan Mohana Devyad Vindaranya Kalpadrumada Śrīmad Ratnagar Simhasnastha Śrīmad Radha Shila Govindeo Prashtalibi Sevamano Smarami Shriman Rasarsarambi Vamsi Vatatastita Karsan Venu Swanar Gopi Gopinathaya Sri Astuna Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrijvanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we are reading today from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, this chapter entitled Remembrance of Lord Krishna. And this is what we are reading right now is the verses spoken by whom? Uddhava. Uddhava is speaking to whom? Vidura. So yesterday we heard from His Grace Sitaram Prabhu that how in this particular chapter, second chapter, we will be seeing a glimpse of the 10th canto of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, where Uddhava is remembering Lord Krishna. And in the previous few verses, we saw that how Uddhava is a great devotee. And from childhood, he was playing for Krishna. He's playing with the deity of Krishna. And when his mother would call for breakfast, then he would, not go. He was so busy playing with the deity of Krishna. So here he is talking about Yadus, that how they are all experienced devotees. In fact, the Yadus are so glorious because Krishna performed so many pastimes. He stayed with them and they all became family members of Krishna. But still it is mentioned here that they could know him only as the expansion of the super soul, that the super soul has incarnated. They did not see him as the supreme personality of Godhead. Whereas we see that the Brajvasis, they didn't know anything about Krishna as supreme personality of Godhead, but they knew him something, their most lovable object. And so much so that every time they just thought of Krishna, and if Krishna went into any danger, and then Krishna killed a demon, and they would thanks to whom for all this? Yeah, they had Narayan Shila, and they will always offer prayers to Narayan Shila for protecting Krishna. So that was there so much of love that Krishna would kill the demon, but then all the thanks would go to the Shila, Narayan, Lord Narayan for protecting Krishna. So that was the Brajvasis. One time Uddhava went to Braj, Vrindavan, and he was speaking he met Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, and Mother Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj almost became blind, crying for Krishna. They were always crying for Krishna, and they almost became blind. And Uddhav wanted to give them that how Krishna is the super soul, he is everywhere, Param Purushottam. And then when Nanda Maharaj heard this, he said, Uddhav, it seems you have only grown in size, your mind is still like a child. You tell Krishna is supreme soul, When there was thunder in the clouds, he would jump and go below the bed and out of fear. So, Nanda Maharaj, out of his Vatsalya Bhav, starts talking about all the childhood activities of Krishna, saying that how Krishna is just he remembers Krishna as a small baby and not as the supreme personality of Godhead. So like that we see so many pastimes filled in Vrindavan. We went last month, that how the Brajvasis, they love Krishna so much, but at the same time, their love is covered by Yog Maya. They don't, even if Krishna does something amazing, something unparalleled, still they think, some other reason for that particular Leela to happen. However, it is said here that the Yadus were with Krishna all the time, but still Srila Prabhupada writes that this lack of knowledge was not due to their insufficient erudition, but it was their misfortune. That although the Yadus were very expert, the verse starts with Ingitagya Puru Prauda. They were expert in psychic study. And I was hearing and reading something about this. So it mentioned that Ingitagya means that the Yadus could understand like what Krishna wants, what he likes, what he doesn't like. And the examples are given just like in a family. The wife understands that what husband likes, what he doesn't like. She need not to say. Naturally, the wife understands. And similarly with a guru and disciple, the disciple understands when serving a guru that what my guru wants, how to serve him. So that is the meaning given of this ingat agya, that they could also understand, they were able to understand about Krishna, about his likings, how to serve him. But with all this, they couldn't understand that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but took him only as the Super Soul incarnated. And I was hearing something more, reading something more about this. So it is mentioned, how is it possible that Yadus who are in with Krishna, they don't accept him? Shri Radha Madhav ki, Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maiya ki, Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Srila Prabhupada ji ki. So how is it that Krishna is staying with them, they are his family members, and how is that they don't, are not aware of him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead? So it is mentioned that there are two kinds of Yadus. One were those who came from directly his spiritual abode, and they all went back to the spiritual abode. They were the one who always knew Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the other members of the Yadus were those who were the demigods incarnated and became the family members. And because they were demigods incarnated, so that category of Yadus were having only this much understanding of Krishna as the super soul incarnated within the family. So Srila Prabhupada starts the purport by saying that one cannot understand simply by the strength of one's erudition or power or mental speculation. He can be known only by who has the mercy of the Lord. So not everyone can understand Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead. Only those who have mercy of the Lord, they can understand Krishna. There's one pastime, it's actually morning walk or room conversation of Srila Prabhupada, where they are discussing with Prabhupada's disciples. So they are saying that Prabhupada, it's written that 7th chapter, verse number 27, what is that? When all the sins are over, then he can come to me. Ye antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridavata. So antagatam papam, all the sins are over. Eshantam antagatam papam, then one comes and bhajante mam dridavata. So the disciples were discussing that how is that, what punya we did, what was our qualification, what punya we did that we also could get your association and become your disciple. So Prabhupada says that you have no punya, no qualification. I created the good fortune for you. So it is only by mercy of a pure devotee or by mercy of Krishna directly one can understand Krishna. Just like Prabhupada said, I created good fortune for you. And how Srila Prabhupada created good fortune for them? He personally cooked for them. They ate prasadam which was prepared personally by Srila Prabhupada. And he taught them. Just like we are hearing that for each one of us at some point of time in our spiritual life, when we started, there was some devotee whom we may not remember who put the first tilak on our forehead when we came to the youth preaching program or choice, and later on we started putting ourselves. And there are devotees whom Srila Prabhupada personally put tilak on their forehead when he was training them in their Krishna consciousness. So that's their greatest fortune, that personally Prabhupada is putting tilak on their forehead, teaching them how to wear dhoti kurta, teaching them how to wear saris, and training them, cooking for them, feeding them, everything. So Srila Prabhupada created good fortune for them. And because of the good fortune which he created for them, we see that they became devotees. So in the similar way, it is mentioned here, he can be known only by one who has mercy of the Lord. Krishna can be known only by someone who has the mercy of Krishna. The mercy will come from Krishna through his pure devotees. And by taking their shelter only, we can understand Krishna. Otherwise, it's not possible. And who can get mercy of the Lord? Someone who tries to serve the Lord. And how to serve the Lord? Serving his? How to serve the Lord? serve his pure devotees. That's the way. Krishna, there's a very famous verse that one who serves me, he is not actually my devotee. Who is my devotee? Who is devotee of my devotee? So when we try to serve a Vaishnava, when we try to serve the great devotees, that's how we make some spiritual advancement, and that's how we can expect to get some mercy of the Lord. If we think to try to serve Krishna directly, it is not possible. We see I also read this, I would have read previously, but when I was reading again, just Yadus are there all the time with Krishna. But they couldn't identify that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And not like this, when Krishna was there on this planet, at that time so many people were there who couldn't identify Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There were so many pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, where there were devotees with him, but they didn't know that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is only possible when the Lord wants to reveal himself, or when we get the mercy of the Lord. So we see this beautiful pastime in Chaitanya Charitamrita, that one time, one Brahmana who came to the house of Jagannath Mishra, and Jagannath Mishra asked him that, you have come to our house, please prepare some, please honor prasadam here. And this Brahmana was not so willing to do so. So then Jagannath Mishra requested, no, please accept some prasadam at our house. And Jagannath Mishra provided all the ingredients. And this Brahmana cooked everything, and he was about to make the offering. And what happened? Nimai came and ate the offering. And the Brahmana became very disturbed. What is this? The small boy came and ate the whole offering. Made it, it became muchi, jutha, So it's no more pure, impure. So when Jagannath Mishra came to know, he became very angry, and he was about to chastise Nimai, but Nimai ran away. And then Brahmana said that maybe today it seems Lord doesn't want me to eat any cooked bhoga, and I am traveling, I'm always traveling, so I sometimes survive on fruits, sometimes on roots, so it's okay, I'll not prepare anything. But then Jagannath Mishra felt that it would be a great insult that a Brahmana came and did not eat anything. So he again requested that please, once again, this time we'll make sure that our child is inside. And the Nimai was inside with the ladies and with the mothers, and they were joking with him. Why did you go? You are a Brahmana son, you are such a fool, you don't know, you should not go and touch the bhoga like this. And Nimai is saying, what could I do? He called me, that's why I went. This Brahmana called for me, that's why I went. And then the ladies, they are laughing that, no, he called you. Yeah? Nimai was saying, he chanted the mantras, he called me. So again, on the request of Jagannath Mishra, again the Brahmana prepared, second time bhoga. And this time it was made sure that Nimai was locked inside the house and room, and he didn't come out. But again, when the Brahmana was making the offering, what happened again? What happened? Nimai came and again ate the offering. And this time Jagannath Mishra became furious, and he wanted to go really beat Nimai with a stick. But again Nimai ran away. And Jagannath Mishra is feeling very ashamed that, no, what my child is doing. This Brahmana is preparing bhoga. And this time it was almost middle of the night. And the Brahmana said, now I am not going to, it's okay, today I will just survive on some fruits and some roots, water. I don't need to prepare cooked food. But Jagannath Mishra was feeling very ashamed. He was feeling this is a great insult. My son is coming and eating the bhoga every time. And again Nimai would tell inside the house to the ladies, it's not my mistake, he is calling again and again. So this time the Brahmana was determined to not cook anymore. But again, this time Vishwarup came. And seeing Vishwarup, the Brahmana became very pacified, and he was very enlightened, because who is Vishwarup? He is also the Supreme Lord. So this time Vishwarup in very loving way requested Brahmana, please, once again you prepare, this time we'll make sure that your offering is not spoiled. So because of the request of Vishwarup, again this Brahmana prepared the bhoga. And when this time again he was offering, What happened this time again? What happened? Huh? Nimai came again and ate the offering. And this time, but there was something more. Nimai ate the offering. At the same time, he told Brahmana that every time you are making the offering, you are calling me to eat this offering. And then he showed him his Syam Sundar form. And seeing this, the Brahmana was completely in, first some spiritual shock, and then was completely in bliss. He was in full bliss that his Lord is personally eating his offering. So although Lord ate his offering 2 times, he didn't realize that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But when the Lord ate 3rd time, the Lord himself revealed him. Because of his constant loving endeavors to make an offering to the Lord revealed him that I am the same whom you are calling and again to eat this offering. So then he was very, very ecstatic. Just imagine you make an offering and Lord comes and personally eats. We can't even imagine. So he was very, very in bliss. So when Lord wants to reveal someone, he reveals. That's completely out of his own mercy. We cannot force the Lord. We see in so many pastimes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there was a brahmachari who would only survive on drinking milk. And he wanted to see what he wanted to see? He wanted to see the Sankirtan, the night Sankirtan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he requested Srivas Pandit, allow me the audience to see this. And no one was allowed except the very close associates. However, Srivas Pandit said, okay, let this brahmachari come. He can hide inside somewhere and he can watch. He is a very austere brahmachari. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu started performing his Sankirtan, he felt that today is someone here who shouldn't be here. I am not feeling the same bliss. And then Mahaprabhu was like feeling some kind of inconvenience. And then it was revealed that a brahmachari is there, and Srivas Pandit introduced that he is a very austere brahmachari. He just survives on milk. But Mahaprabhu was extremely angry. It's not that just by doing some austerity and surviving on some kind of austere food or just doing nirjala one can get Krishna. Not possible. That's why this verse is here. Nayam atma pravachanena lavyo na medhaya na bahudha srutena. It's not possible that one can get Krishna just by reading lot of scriptures, just by doing lot of austerities, or just by giving lot of lectures. It's only possible when, Prabhupada writes, he can be known only by one who has the mercy of the Lord. He can be known only by one who has the mercy of the Lord. So only by mercy of Lord and no other way. So, His Grace Sitaram Prabhu told me that we should discuss today. Our Sankirtan bus is going once again for a month to distribute books in various places. Although you all are distributing round the years, there's nothing new for you. It's a regular thing. But still, we will share that how this Sankirtan, this book distribution is so pleasing to the whole Guru Sishya Parampara that by doing this, we can hope to get the mercy of the Lord. In fact, in one letter, Srila Prabhupada says that there is a shortcut way. This is the shortcut way to get recognized by Krishna. Participating in Sankirtan is the shortcut way to get recognized by Krishna. So this means all other ways are long ways. This is a shortcut way to get recognized by Krishna. So there are so many letters, so many lectures, and so many stories where Srila Prabhupada stressed on going for Sankirtan, going for book distribution. We don't go just because our authorities told us to go or because this is the responsibility given to us and we have to follow. No, because we find that this is the desire of our founder Acharya. This is what Srila Prabhupada has wanted. And if we want to really progress in spiritual life, then we have to do something to please the Acharya. Vapu Seva, Vani Seva. Now in current scenario, we cannot do Vapu Seva for Srila Prabhupada. Vapu Seva means serving the physical body. We cannot do that. But we can still serve him by following his instruction, the Vani Seva. So this is so powerful, distribution of these literatures, so much so that in one of the letters, this is very This is very unique. This is very, very unique and very amazing that how Srila Prabhupada encouraged his disciples and all the followers to propagate this book distribution, to propagate this Sankirtan movement, chanting of Hare Krishna and distribution of this literature. So in his letters, in his books, he compared book distribution with Samadhi. Outside people, they are trying to attain Samadhi. They do all kind of yoga. We went to Kumbh Mela and we went to Juna Akhada, and we saw there that how they are in such chilling weather, they are just in their copins and sitting in the fire, and they have want to experience something higher. But here Srila Prabhupada says, I'll read some quotations and then we'll also see some amazing effects, powers of Sankirtan book distribution. So this is from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, where Srila Prabhupada says, one should engage in practical service to the Lord. In our Krishna consciousness movement, all activities, now this is from the purport, in our Krishna consciousness movement, all our activities are concentrated upon distributing Krishna literature. All our activities. So whether there's a deity worship, or we are going outside for Harinam, or youth preaching, congregation preaching, all our activities are concentrated upon distributing Krishna literature. This is very important. One may approach any person and induce him to read Krishna literature so that in the future he also become a devotee. Such activities are recommended in this verse. Such activities will always remind the devotees of the Lord's lotus feet. By fully concentrating on distributing books for Krishna, one is fully absorbed in Krishna. This is Samadhi. Anyone remembers where this is quoted? This is which canto? This is the homework, find out. Other place also, so many places. Prabhupada writes, the book distribution in Los Angeles during the 6-day period is Transcendental Samadhi. This was a letter to Rameshwar Prabhu. So many places Srila Prabhupada encouraged and asked his disciples to do so. There's a very nice story that how just one book distributed in New York City led to starting of whole Krishna consciousness movement in Burma, Myanmar. So there's a story that few devotees were distributing books in New York, and some doctors from Burma, Burmese doctor, they had gone to that city to attend some medical convention. There was a medical convention, doctors exhibition, something. And the devotee was distributing books there, and these Burma people, what is their religion there? Mostly Buddhism. So this devotee was distributing, and the person said, those Burmese doctors, they said that, no, we are Buddhist, we are not interested in these Hindu books. So devotees are very expert. He opened some way and says, Buddha photo is also there. And if you see in Gita, in the photo where the incarnations are shown, there's a Buddha incarnation also shown. So somehow devotees pushed him, this person, this doctor, one of the doctors, he bought this book, seeing the Dasavatar painting. And when he got this book to his hotel and he saw it, he found that it was only one photo of Buddha. This book is all completely about Krishna and Arjun, nothing to do about Buddha. So then he thought, okay, this book is not much of our use because we are Buddhist. Still he took the book with him to Burma. He thought he knows one Hindu doctor. He said, I'll give this book to the Hindu doctor. He's excited, he got up to know the story. Yeah, continue, no problem. The book reached to the Hindu doctor. And Hindu doctor, when he saw the book, he realized that this book is on bhakti. He was a Mayavadi. So he said, this book is just about bhakti. So he also just left it on his shelf. He did not read it. He was not interested in bhakti. Later on, this Hindu doctor's son wanted to learn English. So he went to his father's library and saw that there are some books in English, and he saw there is an English Bhagavad Gita. It was Bhagavad Gita or it was another book, but one of the Prabhupada books. He took out that book and he started reading that book. What was the purpose? To learn English. That's why he was reading that book, to learn English. And reading, he went on reading, and slowly he learnt English also, and he became a devotee also. And he started preaching in Burma. He opened the first temple. His name was Srivas Pandit Prabhu. He left his body a few years back. But that's how he preached the Krishna consciousness, made many devotees for the book which was distributed in which country? New York, somewhere in America, in the New York. The book was distributed in New York, and the person came and became devotee in this place in Burma, and the book came to someone else in Burma, and he started this whole Krishna conscious movement in Burma. In fact, 2 years back, we went to this place called, when we were in our book distribution, before Udupi, we went to this place. What was the name, that Lord Shiva's place? Huh? Gokarna. We went to Gokarna. It was 2023 marathon. We went to Gokarna. And we were distributing one book, and we met one Russian devotee. His name was Arjun Sakhada. So I just asked him, how did you become a devotee? And he said, in 2008, I came to this Gokarna. There are many foreigners in Gokarna. It's like Goa. So very neat and clean beach and very nice. So he said, in 2008, I came to Gokarna in search of God. And like you devotees, some devotees came here to distribute books, and someone gave me Bhagavad Gita. I read Bhagavad Gita, I got interested in Bhagavad Gita, and then I learned that there is some place called Vrindavan. So I went to Vrindavan, I met more devotees, and I became a devotee. So then since then I come regularly to this place, Gokarna, because this is the place where I got Bhagavad Gita. Some of you remember, he was with us for some time, and he came and took Prasadam also, he joined for Harinam also. So one Bhagavad Gita, someone went and distributed in Gokarna to him, and he became a devotee. So many examples. I was hearing a talk, we had the good fortune to hear from Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Maharaj, who would come every year to Juhu to inspire devotees to distribute books. So Maharaj would say that again, you all distribute around the year, but Maharaj says that the marathon of Maya is 1 month or round the year. Maya is on her job around the year, 365 days. So the devotee should be also on this service of distributing books 365 days. But at least in marathon they should distribute more and more books. So Maharaj told some nice pastimes which I thought I'll share with you, from his own mouth, about which he has said in many lectures about many people becoming devotees by getting a book. So powerful. So one of the pastimes, he says that one lady got a book and she kept in her drawer. She did not read, she just left it in drawer. After 10 years, his son was in some kind of depression, and he opened the drawer and he saw the book there. And he started reading the book, he became very interested, and he became a devotee. So this is we never know, that's why these books are called time bombs. That when today you distribute, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, after a year, someone will read. You never know when they will read, and they will become a devotee of Krishna. Similarly, Maharaj told another time that he met one devotee in a place called Palwal. It's near somewhere Vrindavan, Haryana, Palwal. And this person, Maharaj asked him, how did you become a devotee? So he was telling Maharaj that 10 years back, I used to drink a lot of alcohol. He was having his atta chakki business. So 10 years back, I used to drink a lot of alcohol, fight a lot. But one time, I thought life is so useless, I want to commit suicide now. But then his mother-in-law, she came and she gave him one Bhagavad Gita. And by reading that Bhagavad Gita, slowly, he gave up this plan of committing suicide. He met devotees and became a devotee. So sometimes you may feel that we are distributing these books. We distributed every day 200 books, 300 books, 1,000 books in a month. Where are devotees? It's a matter of time. People will become devotees. In fact, every house where Bhagavad Gita goes, that house is no more a house. It becomes a temple. Because Gita means what? Krishna has gone there. So it's no more a house. I never got Bhagavad Gita before I met devotees. I remember that in our first time when I saw in our college, Prabhuji and Sitaram Prabhu and Namacharya, they had put this poster, the science of self-realization. And what attracted me, that 3-day session, everyday snacks, and in 30 rupees you will get Bhagavad Gita. Discounted Bhagavad Gita. So that was a good offer. But the first time, after attending 3-day session, we were given Bhagavad Gita. So many people, some or other, they never got Bhagavad Gita. But the devotees, by arranging so many programs, some ways, we go and make arrangements so that they can get a book. So Maharaj told another story. He said that one devotee in Switzerland, how one person became devotee in Switzerland. So he says that his job was to see the garbage which is taken by the garbage trucks. Maybe some survey was doing what kind of people throwing in garbage. So when he used to do that job, overseeing the garbage taken by the garbage truck. So in one of the garbage box, when the garbage truck was taking, he saw some books. This was in Switzerland. And he took those books. He didn't let those books in the garbage truck. He took those books and he started reading those books. And later on he found a temple, he went to the temple and he became a devotee. So can you imagine the power of these books? Some of us also got a book and became a devotee. Recently our Hitesh Prabhu, he met someone who was very depressed, business was not going well. He said, read this Gita. And with all his faith, he gave the Gita to him. This person started reading Gita. He went one chapter, second chapter. When he went to meet him, second or third meeting, when he was on 13th chapter. So when he met him last time, he was sincerely reading. He said, I reached 13th chapter. So he proposed him, no, you got so much benefited by Bhagavad Gita. He said, yeah, things are going well. I am reading Gita regularly. So why don't you sponsor Gita for others? He said, why not? 500 Gita is sponsored. He read a book. He is reading 13th chapter from first chapter, isn't it? And he sponsored 500 Gitas. He took also, he said, I will distribute myself these books. These are very nice books. So, it's not that every individual we think, but even Srila Prabhupada said, when one person becomes devotee, the world will change. Even one person becomes devotee, the world will change. So it's very powerful. It has changed us. It will change the whole world also. So Maharaj told one more story. He said about a Russian, how one person became a devotee in Russia. So this person was a sailor in the ship, and he was somewhere in Sydney in the ship. And in Sydney, when the ship was on the, somewhere in the city on the break, he went in the city and somewhere some devotee met him and gave him one of the books of Srila Prabhupada. People are interested, not interested. Some of the devotees are expert to give a book. So this person took the book. In which city? Sydney. And the ship started from Sydney to London. The next destination was London. So from Sydney to London, this person read this complete book on the ship and he became very interested. When he reached London, he went to the ISKCON temple in London. He bought some more books, and from London the ship was going to Moscow. That was the last destination. So from London to Moscow again, he started reading these books. By the time he reached Moscow, he decided to dedicate his life to practice Krishna consciousness, and he became a nice devotee. Hari Bol. So Maharaj was saying that here we distribute books, the weather is so nicely. If you go to Russia this December month, January month, the temperature is -10, -20 degree. It's all freezing. Everywhere is just ice, ice, ice. And in that weather also, this was the lecture given in 2013. So Maharaj said that year in 2013, the Russian devotees in the marathon distributed 65,000 books. Just imagine, and yesterday when we go for yatras, or any place, we are always thinking cold, not so cold, how much cold. And they are distributing books in temperature -10 degree, -5 degree. We went to Badrinath, 1 degree was 1 degree was such an experience. Just imagine staying in -10 degree and going for book distribution. Everywhere is just ice and trying to preach. So, like that, so many people got books, they became devotees. Srila Prabhupada further, he says in one of his letters, one of the letters he says, Your report of book distribution is very encouraging. Please go on increasing more and more. Yes. You should become the topmost temple for distributing my books. This is a very good proposal. This is the only way to please me. Distribute my books profusely. That is the real preaching. Go on selling books. This is my desire. Whenever there is a publication in any language, it enlivens me 100 times. So, there's a whole hundreds of letters we can go on reading. But the point is that when we go for Sankirtan, we should understand and we should be very prayerful that, as we were hearing, that when we are in Sankirtan, when we are chanting, distributing books, it's not alone. The Panch Tattva is also there. So we should understand that it's our great fortune. It's great fortune that we have this opportunity to distribute these divine literatures of Srila Prabhupada, these books of Srila Prabhupada. We have got this opportunity, and this is what Srila Prabhupada wanted. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, that the one who shares this knowledge is very dear to me, and we have got this opportunity. So we pray to the Acharyas, we pray to Guru Parampara to empower us that we may become a humble servant to distribute these books more and more, in all humility. Not that we become puffed up, but we do it in all humility. That's our great fortune. Yesterday Prabhuji was saying about amanina manadena. So not having any kind of grudge. Even when we are together, we have sometimes frictions, but we have to always remember amanina manadena. If we want to please Krishna, please the Acharya, the way is we cooperate, assist each other, and try to distribute more and more of these literatures. That's the only one mission, one goal. And that will, you get every moment different experiences. We went to this place called Hampi, and there was a guide who was taking us around in the Hampi. And it was raining so much in that month, September, 2 years back, when we went to Hampi in our Sankirtan bus. So I asked that guide, why it's raining so much? Is it rained so much in your city? Because it was difficult for us to go to various places. He said, Swamiji, you all have come and you are doing Kirtan, so it will rain now. This guy was not a devotee, he is telling us. He was just a guide. And he says, I am born and brought up in Hampi. I have never seen so much of rains. I know because you all are here and you are doing Sankirtan, that's why it is raining so much. So this was such a, something coming from a person who is not like wearing dhoti kurta or putting a tilak, but glorifying Sankirtan. And he's able to appreciate that because of Sankirtan, these rains are happening so much, although it is such a hot place. So, I wanted to read a particular this is a very interesting quote by Srila Prabhupada. You are distributing these books, you are distributing this knowledge, so you become immediately recognized, very dear servant, very confidential servant of Krishna. He says personally, amongst the human beings, those who are doing this preaching, nobody is dearer than the person to me. To be quickly recognized by Krishna, this is the shortcut process. He never says, those who are sitting in the secluded place, meditating or chanting, doing nothing. He never says that. They are my very dear devotees. No. But those who are preaching, na cha tasman manushyesu kaschin me. Just like government takes more care for the soldiers, especially when there is a fighting, they are giving life for the state. So their comfort, first consideration in the war field. Enough supplies. Anything the soldier requires, enough supplies. If you want to become, these are quotations by Srila Prabhupada. If you want to become quickly recognized by Krishna, then make propaganda. This Krishna consciousness movement. And once recognized by Krishna, then your going back to home back to Godhead guaranteed. So there is no end of the letters. We can go on reading quotations, but it is up to us. Just yesterday, Prabhuji quoted that day for yesterday's Prabhupada's quote. Do you remember what was? Philosophy is more important. Philosophy is important, practicing philosophy is more important. Yeah, more important is following. So this was day for yesterday's quotation. So we all are reading this quotation, these stories I am sharing. But what next? The next is that we are acting on it. And if we get some success, it is just because Srila Prabhupada desires and Krishna desires. We are just becoming the instrument to do this. When there were no books, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Nityanand Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, go each and every house and preach Krishna consciousness. That time both of them would go to every house and try to make them into devotees in every house. Chaitanya, Nityanand Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. And later on, our acharyas, we see they started writing books. There was no ways, there was no printer, nothing. Still, they were trying to handwritten copies and distributing it. And then later Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, he started printing and he was sending, just imagine in 1800 AD, sending books to the libraries around the world. How did he find the address? How did he get the post done? That the books were kept in various libraries around the world. What kind of vision he was having. And then his son, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Thakur, he said that the sound of the printing machine is more pleasing, is the kirtan. The printers are running and that is the kirtan. And he installed a printing machine in the temple to print books. And he was very happy that his disciples would go and distribute books. I was reading one conversation of Srila Prabhupada where the disciples are asking that some people have not paid for the subscription. They paid only for first 2 months. Now they have not paid. So should we give him or not? And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Swami Thakur would get very angry. Why not? You must give the book. Let him pay later on. But don't stop the distribution. At least he paid for 2 subscriptions. So give him the third subscription also. A subscription for 2 months. So pay him for the next month. Give the book for the next month also. So like that Prabhupada was saying that money is not always the factor, but what is important that the interest of the people, and we give them books and encourage them to read these books. Few days back we heard a very powerful talk from Naveen Nirad Prabhu, and few days back we got his book. Here also he distributed, in ICC meeting also he gave. So there he writes one story, it's very interesting, that there is one city in Siberia. The name of the city is Novosibirsk. It is the name of the city, Novosibirsk in Siberia. So there was a Sankirtan festival and devotees were sharing their stories. So one devotee said that he went for distributing books in Siberia, and if you see, right now also the temperature in Siberia is minus 10 degrees. So he went to distribute books in Siberia and he saw one person already distributing Gita on the street. So he asked, Prabhu, you are from which temple? He said, what Prabhu? Which temple? He said, I don't know temple and I am not a Prabhu. So how come you are distributing these books? He said, some time back, someone gave me a Gita on this street and I read the whole Gita. I found this book very nice, very interesting. And in the last verse, I read that Krishna has said that one who gives this message to others, he is very dear to me. So he did 100 copies of Bhagavad Gita, Xerox. He did 100 Xerox of Bhagavad Gita and he went again on the streets after taking those Xerox and he used to give to the people. Because Krishna has written in Gita in the last that one who distributes this knowledge is very, very dear to me. So all of you also are distributing books and you all have your own experiences, much more than me. I don't go so much out, but something which we read and heard. So as we read in today's verse, that one can know Krishna only if they have the mercy of Krishna. The Yadus did not could not understand. Prabhupada writes, not because there was lack of knowledge, they were having some good knowledge, but there was misfortune. That's what Prabhupada writes in the purport. The mercy was not there. So similarly, we should not think that by reading lot of literatures we'll become very knowledgeable and then we'll get Krishna. Not possible. The way to get mercy is by serving the Krishna. Serving Krishna means serving the acharyas. And we all can serve Srila Prabhupada by following his Vani instruction. And his Vani, where he says, I am very much pleased, no other way to please my without distributing these literatures. And we should understand our good fortune. I always have shared with you earlier also. In our book distribution, we went to a city called Vikramgarh. Vikramgarh, if you remember, this was 2018 or 19. And we were distributing books in Vikramgarh. We did not find where to stay overnight. We could not get any way. Then the people there in Vikramgarh, they said that here is Bhaktivedanta Hospital, you can go and try there. So we went to the Bhaktivedanta Hospital. I went an advance party to meet the doctor. The doctor said, it's a hospital, we don't have any rooms here for all of you to stay. But the whole general ward is empty, you can sleep there. So we all slept in the general ward, the hospital general ward. And next day morning, we got up, we made prasadam for ourselves, we gave to the doctors also. Just opposite to the hospital was a school where we were doing our morning program. We were having our lecture in that school. And kids started coming to the school. Now these kids were not like the regular kids, not like all of us. They were mentally retarded kids. We were sitting in the lecture and they didn't even realize that they should go from side. Someone came and collided with me. Someone started walking in between. Someone is going from here, there. They were not able to figure out that we are sitting there. The teachers told that they are mentally retarded. Like, they have little big faces. They are 3-5-year-old, but they look very old, improper body. So we told the teachers, call them. We will, make them chant Hare Krishna. We are asking them to chant Hare Krishna. These kids are not even able to figure out what they have to respond. So a human life is there, but no good fortune to even chant the Hare Krishna. No, they can't even figure out. Now, comparing with this, our good fortune, we can read Gita, we can say Hare Krishna, we can understand this philosophy. After knowing all this, if we don't apply in our life to go and distribute, be humble, share this knowledge, be very obedient to teachings of Srila Prabhupada, then that could be the biggest misfortune. Those kids are mentally retarded, they are not able to figure out anything. But at least for us, we know what is wrong, what is right, what we should do. Still we don't do the right thing. I am saying for myself also, it's not just for lecturing, I also have to improve myself. So this is a great opportunity, and especially all the Vaishnava Acharyas, the whole parampara, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, everyone is pleased. Some of you saw also that even the recent leaders, how last month His Grace Radheshyam Prabhu had a All India Voice Preachers Meet where he gave a few minutes talk glorifying the book distribution done by all of you to all the voice leaders, and he said, you all should go and take training in ISKCON Attapur. So that's how even the current leaders are appreciating, and a lot of credit goes to His Grace Sitaram Prabhu for creating this environment and inspiration for all of us. So even leading it, not just creating the inspiration, even leading it many times, and even now. So we have all the facilities by Krishna's arrangement, the bus, the huge amount of books, the city, the kirtan team, the prasadam team, everything is there. It should be just now a desire that I want to spread this knowledge. And why I am doing it? Because this is the instruction of the parampara. This is the instruction of Srila Prabhupada, and that would please Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada is pleased, what else do we need in our life? Our life is successful, isn't it? So every day we should pray, meditate, why are we doing this? What is the reason behind it? And then go on doing it. And will be, rest is all mercy of the Lord. Hare Krishna. So any comments or any questions? Anyone like like to share their own story for next few minutes? Prabhuji wants to say something.
Hare Krishna. When I was, I think I was in Pune ashram, Temple Brahmachari ashram. At that time, one devotee shared one very nice realization. He was telling that he was at a station. He went to distribute books, and he saw one lady or a man who was very annoyed. So he thought, first he thought, let me go and offer the book. Then when he saw the person is so annoyed and looking little disturbed, angry kind of, so he avoided and went to the next person. And then the train came, and this person jumped and committed suicide. And this devotee went to the temple, he cried. He said, if I would have just engaged in discussing with this person to see Srila Prabhupada's book Touch also, the train would have crossed by and he might have got Srila Prabhupada's book and his life would have been saved. So he said from that point, he always endeavors that whomever his eyes goes on, not that he can cover the whole world, but he chants always so that holy name goes to everyone if he's not distributing book, but whoever his eyes goes on, he tries to give a mantra card or prasad or a book, something he always tries to. I think that's a very... Anyways, that person actually committed suicide, but without Krishna consciousness, we are living dead. So we should take this opportunity to in some way or other keep up a very high missionary spirit of saving the people from losing the human life, going in vain. Our bus party is leaving today, so they can all keep up a very high spirit, distribute books nicely, be careful, cautious, help each other, and do their best. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Book Distribution Marathon ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Srila Prabhupada Book Distribution Marathon ki. That's the spirit.
You need your constant guidance to maintain the spirit. Gantra Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, traveling Sankirtan party ki. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam